And I'm going to ask first to talk to Bentley's Chairman and CEO, Adrian Hallmark, who is on the line. Adrian, thanks for joining us. You've been in your current role for, just over 2 years. Kick us off with a sense of the journey from that day when you started at the office to now.
Well, thank you, Justin. I think the easiest way to describe it is we're just getting through the third crisis that we've seen in just over 2 years. The first one was certainly partly self-driven, the big legislative changes with WLTP, and we weren't quite prepared for that. So we ended up with big areas of the world that we couldn't sell cars in because we weren't certifying our engines on time. Then we had the hard Brexit preparation to go through, which actually helped us to rethink the company quite considerably. And then the third crisis in real force has come in the form of COVID-19. So it's been an exciting 2 years and 2 months so
far. And most recently, of course, you've had a big reorganization. You've had significant job cuts. Is that because of COVID?
Partially. I have to be honest that it's not entirely because of COVID. And if you go back into that few months period, we've already made some massive changes in the company. We've dedicated ourselves to electrifying the business as quickly as we can. That means electrifying all the powertrains, first of all with plug-in hybrids, but then getting to battery electric vehicles as soon as is feasible for big cars. What we also did last year, for example, is took some 24% out of the amount of time that it takes.
There was a break in transmission there. We slightly lost you, but I think we've got you back again. Carry on with that answer. Let's make sure we can hear you.
Okay. So I was just talking about productivity. So last year, we took 24% of the time out of the time it takes to build our cars in order to get us more productive and more successful for the future. And we knew that we had a potential in the, let's say, indirect areas of the business too, not just in the factory. We were going to approach that over the next 18 months through business process improvement, but the COVID crisis has given us such a shock that sadly we have to deal with this immediately and a lot quicker than we were planning to do.
Yeah. Let's look ahead and specifically on electrification, which obviously is such an important part of your plans and your thinking. Tell us about the support that you need now as a company to make it happen.
Well, first of all, I would say, not being overly deferential, but Minister Zahawi has been incredible, and so have his team in the past few months. We've been part of this regular drumbeat of calls, and the response to our needs has been phenomenal as an industry. And I think the first thing that we need is the same kind of open dialogue about how to get to this net zero position. So for a company that builds big, luxurious cars, you would have thought maybe that we'd be lagging in this respect. But in fact, we see it as the biggest opportunity in the 100-year history of the company. So we fully embrace electrification. But we'd absolutely encourage a balanced approach to how we do it. What do I mean? Whether it's 2040 or whether we can as an industry get to 2035 to ban combustion engines, what we need to do is have the right technologies in place for all of those vehicles in the next 15 years and beyond them, and not just those. Because for some people and some product categories, a pure electric vehicle today and in the next 10 to 15 years will not meet their needs. It will not function. So we believe that hybrids and plug-in hybrids and a balanced approach with ever-increasing range of plug-in hybrids, as well as full electric vehicles for the cars that can work for, are a crucial to ensuring that on the 1st of January 2036 or the 1st of January 2041, we have the cleanest possible fleet with more electrification than if we didn't target all technologies. And that would be our appeal. And we have a clear view of how that could happen for Bentley. And we'll also be willing to participate and share our data and knowledge with these working groups that we've continued to work with in the last few months.
All right, Adrian, thank you very much for talking to us this morning.